Among the many bigwigs of this world who do not brag about their wealth and achievements is Larry Fink. You would not exactly find Larry on the list of the world's richest people, but he is regarded as the man who owns the world for a reason. He makes his moves silently and rakes in tons of $1 million annually. He has reached a peak in business where even Forbes cannot but recognize him and his accomplishments. Presently, he is the chairman and CEO of BlackRock, an American multinational investment management corporation. In the world today, BlackRock is the largest money management firm with more than $10 trillion in just assets. Isn't that amazing? According to Forbes magazine, the net worth of Fink himself in 2022 was estimated at $1 billion. Not only that, he is sitting on the boards of the Council on Foreign Relations and the World Economic Forum. You may be wondering how Larry Fink came about his money and this big success that cannot but be acknowledged. Well, you won't be the first to have such a thought. Some people even thought he was born into old money and consequently had a smooth beginning in his career. Well, unlike some known billionaires who were born with silver spoons in their mouths, Larry Fink created his wealth and built his net worth from scratch. His parents were not rich. They were merely a middle-class family. Perhaps that was the reason he was determined to make money and a great name for himself. His determination, thirst for knowledge, and persistence to build a huge business empire have paid off. Otherwise, we wouldn't be writing about him today. In this video, we will not only examine who Larry Fink is, but we will also uncover his origin, parents, early life, education, business endeavors, and of course his philanthropy and social life. Everyone has ancestry, and Larry Fink is no exception. His birth name is Lawrence Douglas Fink. He was born to Frederick and Lila Fink on the 2nd of November, 1952 in Van Nuys, California, a featureless neighborhood in Los Angeles. His father owned a shoe store, while his mother, Lila, was an English professor at California State University's Northridge campus. Larry's family was Jewish, and as such was raised in the Jewish ways. Larry is not an only child. He enjoyed the warmth and friendship of his two siblings while growing up. With one of his parents being an academician, he was enrolled in school early, but unlike his older brother, who was academically sound, he didn't exactly excel in his studies, and as a result, he had to extend a helping hand at his father's shoe store. Needless to say, his other siblings were exempted from these chores since they were good with their studies. Upon his graduation from high school, Larry was admitted into the University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied political science. Remember, Larry at the start of his education didn't do very well. He was a determined kid who would not allow any obstacle to deter him from reaching his goals. The moment he graduated and secured his degree, he enrolled in UCLA Anderson Graduation School of Management's real estate program, which he completed in 1976. The fact that Larry is now a financial mogul would make someone think his discipline was economics or finance related, but nothing could be further from the truth. Apart from some basic economics courses he did in his first few years in college, he did not do any business studies until his senior year. Larry must have, at some point, believed he had a burning passion for the real estate world when he signed up for the real estate program. However, whatever compelled him to take up the course seemed to have released its hold before he finished at the business school. Like his other peers who were thirsty for success, money, and status, he jetted off to Wall Street with a bag full of hope, determined to succeed no matter the cost. Larry started his career immediately after his MBA at a new investment bank. At first, he dabbled into the mortgage and began as a mortgage-backed securities trader and acted as the manager of First Boston's bond department. His growth was quite extraordinary, and before long, he stepped up as the firm's managing director, where he helped increase the net income by over $1 billion. That's indeed one huge growth. Unfortunately, in 1986, he mispredicted the interest rate movement, which cost the firm $100 million. This just confirms the fact that we are all a few steps away from making a wrong turn or dastardly decision. However, like most great businessmen, the experience taught him that risk management is an important element of investing. His appetite for success never wavered, and he continued to seek other channels to increase his profile. 2 years later, in 1988, his long-anticipated opportunity finally came when he co-founded BlackRock, which was a part of Blackstone. He invested his energy and experience, and soon after, he became the CEO of Blackstone. Worthy of note is the fact that Larry, apart from being the CEO, has held many other positions in the organization, notable among them being chairman of the executive and leadership committees, chairman of the board, chair of the corporate council, and co-chair of the global client committee. However, in 1994, BlackRock Group split from Blackstone, but Larry remained as the CEO and director. The usual expectations after such a split are always devastating, as a lack of resources could cause a company to fold up. But rather surprisingly, Not only did BlackRock grow fast, but it also merged with Merrill Lynch Investment Manager in 2006. The union turned out to be a good decision as the company's annual income doubled in no time. In 2009, BlackRock shocked the world when it made a huge, unexpected purchase. No one saw it coming when it bought the Barclays Global Investor and became the world's largest money management company. By the year 2016, BlackRock had grown to have $5 trillion in assets under management, with 12,000 employees in 27 countries. And as expected, Larry's net worth increased as the company thrived. For the very first time, Larry became a billionaire in 2018 and was ranked number 28 on the Forbes list of the world's most powerful people. As of 2022, Larry, being the CEO, was being paid $36 million in paychecks. However, for undisclosed reasons, BlackRock lessened his pay by 30% in 2023 to $25 million. In the world today, BlackRock is one of the top organizations that specialize in the provision of investment, advisory, and risk management solutions. They are fiduciary to their clients, and they invest in the future on behalf of their clients. Under Larry Fink, the company has grown tremendously to be widely known and respected by all who know the importance of investment and finance. The purpose of the organization is to help more people experience financial well-being with the cooperation of their clients. BlackRock is contributing to a more equitable and resilient world for the present and future generations. Larry Fink is the chairman and chief executive officer of BlackRock. He and 7 others with like minds came together in 1988 to found the company that has grown to be the envy of most people today. Under Larry's leadership, the firm has grown into an international leader in investment and technology solutions. At present, Fink is in charge of many sustainable businesses, as he believes the next 1,000 unicorns will be green energy companies. From the look of things, BlackRock will probably invest in many of these companies to keep up with the growth pattern, which will in turn increase Fink's net worth and financial status. While Larry Fink is a billionaire, he did not disclose his investment to the general public. Nonetheless, BlackRock invests in numerous asset degrees which include equity, debt, and alternative investment like private equity and real estate. It would seem that Larry has finally embraced his first love in real estate as he owns several homes in Colorado, Manhattan, Vail, and North Salem. Fink contributed immeasurably to the growth of his community, and one of the things that distinguished him was his service on the Board of Trustees of New York University, where he holds many chairmanships. They include the chair of the Financial Affairs Committee. He also co-chairs the NYU Langone Medical Center of Trustees. Additionally, he is a trustee of the Boys and Girls Club of New York. Also, he is on the board of the Robin Hood Foundation. In 2007, Fink established the Laurie and Lawrence Fink Center for Finance and Investment at UCLA Anderson 2009 as a way of giving back to his alma mater. Fink is a gift that never stops giving. In 2016, Fink joined a business symposium that was convened by Donald Trump, who at the time was the president-elect of the United States. The symposium was to provide strategic and policy advice on economic issues. Fink has an annual open letter that he writes to CEOs, and in his 2018 edition, he urged companies to play an effective role in improving the environment, working to better their communities, and increasing the multiplicity of their workforces. Also, using his authority as the head of a leading finance organization, he addressed the CEOs in his 2019 annual letter to step into a leadership vacuum to combat political and social issues when the government refuses to talk about them. In 2018, Fink was on his way to Saudi Arabia for an investment conference when he received the news of the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. He had to cancel his plans. This little act of humanity portrayed him in a positive light to the world. Little things often matter. Larry Fink is known as a great supporter of environmental sustainability. Once, he announced that environmental sustainability was a core goal for BlackRock's future investment decision. He explained in his letter how climate will become a driver in economics and will ultimately affect all aspects of the economy. To assert his stance, he disclosed that he would sever ties with previous investments involving thermal coal and other enterprises that pose huge environmental risks. Larry Fink is known to be a long-time contributor and supporter of the New York City Police Foundation, a group that was founded to provide monetary support to the New York City Police Department. Although Larry Fink struggled in his studies as a young chap, he didn't give in to defeat. He attended and finished college. Not only that, he enrolled in a business school which invariably set him up for his professional international status today. While his wealth is not as loud as other magnates like Elon Musk and Bill Gates, he is a billionaire and the CEO of the world's largest money management firm. His determination and resilience are the major factors that have enabled him to succeed in his education and work. His story is indeed an encouraging one, isn't it? If you would like to see more of these motivating videos, then don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel, and you can hit the notification button so you don't miss other interesting videos like this one.